Hello everyone, welcome back. This is a fight analysis of the KSI versus Tommy Fury fight. Round 1. KSI with his back and forth style. Call it the crab style. Pretty cool. Okay, Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is fundamentally sound. Obviously with a lot of his amateur background. So we knew that coming into this fight, he was always going to be the better boxer. But KSI caught him with a good right hand there. KSI is so unorthodox, it's hard to fight those type of people and prepare for those type of people, no matter how technically good you are in boxing, because they come with the most unexpected punches, just like that punches. Like traditionally, you would know where the 1-2s would come, the angles that they would cut, right? They go straight down the pipe. But sometimes, if you're unorthodox, bouncing up and down, you don't get that rhythm. You don't catch the rhythm, and you can't predict them as easily as you would any other boxer. So that plays a part for him, and it actually benefits KSI. But you have to actually implement that uniqueness into your whole game plan. You actually have to create your own arsenal and tee off and put your own combinations, which KSI has made the mistake of just not doing, because he has the advantage of catching Tommy Fury by surprise. So in the first few rounds, KSI will always have the advantage because of that, unique style of his. But he didn't capitalize in it in the earlier rounds and catch Tommy Fury by surprise. He caught him with one good punch, which is pretty good. It was a right hand, lots of hugs. That's what happens when you have an unorthodox style. It becomes very difficult to control the fight. If someone is, coming off at different angles, like KSI is, his head is always coming down, so it's hard to catch him. Yeah, you're not going to catch him clean, maybe with an uppercut or a few straight hand over the top, but it's still going to be difficult to catch someone or even have a clean fight, a good clean fight with that, because inevitably it's going to be scrappy. When you go down, naturally the fighter will come into clash and they will clinch, and this is what has been happening in this fight, because the way he fights is kind of like Michael Venom Page in MMA, in that it's jumping, it's wide stance, almost like a karate stance, right? But in boxing, that doesn't always give you the most. It doesn't give you the best base to input your combinations, because it's so wide. A lot of the times you're off balance. That's why KSI is finding it difficult to go in there with his footwork and actually tee off and put on a few combinations. So far, it's just been 1-2s. Oh, back of the head punches though. I don't know if the referee is seeing that. Back of the head, back of the head. Oh, he's getting really angry. Yeah, so a point deduction there, and I completely understand that. Look, rabbit punches at the back of the head is completely illegal in boxing. It's utterly dangerous. It's so dangerous that, look, I understand 1 or 2 punches. Really, referee should, clamp down on that. It doesn't really matter if it looks like heavy shots or not, because back of the head shots is so dangerous. You can kill a man. You don't want to have a repeat of Pritchard Colum. I mean, those are the tragic stories in boxing that you hear about, but you don't want to repeat them. And it's for anyone. It can happen to anyone if you get punched in the back of the head, because it's the soft spot of the skull, and that can really create so much damage in a person. Look, point deduction for Tommy Fury was warranted. So yeah, it's because KSI comes in, but he doesn't step out, so he just inevitably falls into Tommy Fury, and obviously Tommy Fury being the taller fighter, and KSI dips down on his entry, so KSI dips down on his entry, so when it comes in, he dips his head down, so he doesn't get caught, which is good, but he also goes straight in for the clinch. He doesn't step out or step in any other angle. Yeah, it's a scrappy fight. It's not even an inside fight. We're going into round 3 now. It's not even an inside fight though, where both of the fighters just work on the inside, hands up, T to the body, to the head, uppercut, and then work on the inside game, right? Up close, like when you just, head, chin down, you just hands up and then you just go at it with each other. It's not even that type of a in-range fighting. It's just clinching with one hand and punching with the other. But don't get me wrong, KSI's got power, but he needs to utilize that and implement it in better ways by using his footwork and actually getting the right angles. Because from this, I mean, from what I'm seeing, it just looks like he's just throwing a Hail Mary. And that's the problem with power sometimes, is that it can corrupt you. And that's why it's so dangerous to have power in boxing, because it gives you the privilege to let go of all the fundamentals. And that's dangerous, because when you come across someone that is good fundamentally, they will expose you. Look what happened to Prince Nassim Barrera fight, where Prince Nassim, could get away with all of his antics because of his power, but he eventually got dismantled by Barrera. So stick to the basic, guys. That's what makes champions. Alright, we're going into round 4 now. Oh, good left hook by Tommy Fury. Catching KSI coming in. To be honest, I don't understand why Tommy didn't utilize his uppercut more, because that's perfect for KSI's coming in straight line, but with his head down. So you can time that. But I don't know why he hasn't been using that. See, KSI always comes down with his head down. He comes in with his head down. And it's almost like he's asking for that clinch. And by this round, fatigue has to play a factor. So maybe that's why he's reluctant to engage in the outside fighting, because he may be a little bit tired. And Tommy Fury's got power as well. He's a big guy. See, KSI has a good 1-2, but he doesn't have anything else apart from that. So when he throws that 1-2, he goes in for the clinch. But what you should do is throw a 1-2, step at an angle, and then throw another combination. Or if not, 1-2, 1-2-3, change it up a little bit, change the tempo and the rhythm. Because Tommy Fury is getting so comfortable with it, just 1-2 and then clinch, 1-2 clinch, 1-2 clinch, then again reset, 1-2 clinch. He knows that and he's timing that. See, problem with KSI is that he tries to rely too much on the right hand, where when he goes in, he leans in with his punch and he loses balance, so he kind of falls into Tommy Fury. That's why Tommy Fury has no other choice but to clinch him. But it's very messy from KSI. It's a scrappy work. You should have that really snap into that 2. That 2 coming in, just boom and step out and then throw another combination. Never lose balance and stay upright. Because once he leans in with that right, he's square on, and he's susceptible to all the different punches that Tommy Fury can throw. Good uppercut from KSI, which he could throw more of that, but that was it. That was the only uppercut he threw, I think, the whole fight that I've seen. See, KSI isn't even bouncing back and forth traditionally like Lomachenko or Manny Pacquiao. His footwork is weird and awkward. He actually bounces up and down, and boxing wise, that's dangerous, because you can be caught bouncing up and down your rhythm. If you go up, someone can catch you off balance. That's why you need to be back and forth, so that you're always in balance and always ready to tee off, always ready to shoot. KSI is trying to go for broke here, but yeah, I mean, KSI, from what it seems like, especially in this fight, is quite one-dimensional. Sticking left jab and leaning right straight or overhand. That's it. And obviously people say this is a controversial decision, but it's not really a controversial decision, and it's most definitely not a robbery. Look, a robbery is when it's a complete shutout and landslide and then it goes the other way. It's not that. This is a close fight, and depending on the judges, can be judged accordingly and differently. Sometimes judges favor a more aggressive fighter, sometimes more defensive, and it can just go either way. I definitely see Tommy Fury winning, and I also definitely see KSI winning because of that 1 point deduction, right? But KSI didn't really do anything else apart from that, winning round 1 and 2 decisively, and then obviously that point deduction. But throughout the whole fight, it was Tommy Fury who actually had the better boxing, display of boxing anyhow, and the ring generalship belongs to Tommy Fury, because Tommy was the one setting the pace. He was the one that was trying to engage, albeit as scrappy as the fight was, he was still actually trying to make it a boxing match, whereas KSI was at times trying to make it into a brawl. KSI made it look like it was a brawl. The cleaner work belongs to Tommy Fury, albeit the harder shots does seem to come from KSI, but sometimes judges can favor a cleaner boxer more. So when it comes to a close fight, it can't really be a robbery because it can go either way. As they say in boxing, never leave it to the hands of the judges. If you want to win, you got to take it yourself. But overall, it's a learning fight for KSI. He's definitely a great boxer. He can be better. Just, he's got great talent, speed, power. He's got everything. Really, footwork just needs a little bit toning up and refining. It's like I said, instead of bouncing up and down, back and forth, it's much better. You can implement your footwork even better and cut off at different angles much quicker. And you're also not off balance. In terms of his defense, we didn't really get to see much of that, but put in a little bit more combinations. Just put in a little bit more combinations, and you just need to change your stance a little bit. Just come a little bit narrower instead of being too wide with your feet, so that you're always on balance and you can throw more than 1-2s, right? But overall, I mean, that was a great fight. That's probably the biggest fight KSI obviously had, because all the other fights he's had hasn't really been any good, like in terms of like professional boxers. Tommy Fury is definitely a step up, and he should be proud of himself, albeit he didn't get the victory that he wanted. KSI should be proud of himself. He who worked hard. Look how far he came from. They say he's just a YouTuber. I mean, look how far he came from. So he should be proud of himself. Just always work and improving. Go back to the drawing board, look at your mistakes and improve them. With Tommy Fury, I think this is his last fight with YouTube boxing style. I think he's gonna go to pro now, but I just don't see him faring too well. I mean, he's a Fury after all. He's got the best guidance in the world, so if anyone were to do it, he would be at the best position to actually do it. But it's going to be difficult for him because, I mean, where is he, like cruiserweight? Cruiserweight is full of killers. That's death row. That's death row right now. So, I mean, even if he goes down to light heavyweight, Better Bev, yeah, Bivol, and it's going to be quite difficult. But, I mean, I wish him nothing but the best. He is a Fury after all. And to be honest, he's living a great life. And if I were him, I'll just stick to the YouTube box and have a few fights with Logan maybe, and another rematch with KSI. Like all of these. But obviously he's a man of his own, and if he wants to chase legacy and greatness, he can do so and go to the pro ranks. Thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed that review. Like and subscribe. Follow the journey.